Hey guys, Joe Blue back again with probably a bit of a boring video. We're back with Steam support because I've been banned from the Hunt Showdown Community Hub once again. And this time, there's no doubt about it that Steam support is actively defending cheaters and harassment and bullying, basically. So I want to try and get through this as quick as possible. I know this is not exactly an entertainment video. This is purely for evidence of the cheater apocalypse or what have you, right? But this is just part of the culture war, I guess, that we're living in right now. And we have a cheating problem, and I believe these cheaters have infiltrated every level of computer game industry, just as like the woke left people have infiltrated almost every level of the entertainment industry. And I believe there is some overlap there. But anyway, let's get on with this. Let me read this out here. So I've been banned from the Hunt Showdown community. This is a couple of days ago. I was in a conversation with, this was in the I made a thread about the being alt-tab to desktop during Hunt with my cousin over on the Steam forums, just to see if anybody else is having this experience before. Oh, I want to see if other people have been having this happen. Some people had said, yeah, they've had similar things happen, but nothing quite the same as me in that regard. So this is in that thread, but this is obviously excerpts from that thread. Basically, this is a guy, Geordiebroon 58, and we'll talk more about this guy later on. But basically said, this is in regards to, I've shown in the past multiple examples of people having no footsteps. Now, these people are bringing up the no footsteps things on purpose and lying about my videos for a specific purpose, and you'll see, because it's why I get banned. And so basically, I've posted videos in the past showing no footsteps in Hunt Showdown, and I will show examples of that in this video of no footsteps. There's multiple people, including Locktar, the dude who has a channel about me who makes videos every day calling me a liar and a fraud, like that guy. He's in this thread as well, and they're basically all ganging up on me to basically tell me lies that they can hear footsteps in my videos, when I verified that you can't hear footsteps on multiple different headsets, multiple different computers, multiple different devices, had other people listen to it, and all of which can confirm that they cannot hear footsteps. So he's saying, so you base the credibility of what I'm saying basically based on people that already know you and would defend you regardless. We are random people viewing it and hearing it, and not one of your salty mates who will boost your ego. So basically saying that all of my friends and family that I've shown the video to are all just lying to me that they can hear footsteps that are clearly not there. And so I said to him, right, you're desperately grasping at straws. Nobody is going to be boosting my ego by lying whether they can hear footsteps or not. That's so dumb. It is so dumb. Like, who's going to care enough? Like, people are just going to tell me, dude, you can hear footsteps. Like, no one's going to be caring about my fragile ego. Oh no, poor Joe Blue. He won't be able to stand it if you're telling me he can hear the footsteps. He might fracture. And you know what I mean? Like, no, you can hear footsteps, dude. You got it wrong. No one would hesitate to tell me that I was wrong. And then in regards to when it says, oh, we're random people, these people that are all, ganging up on me, one person of which has a YouTube channel making videos about me. You're not random people. You're cheaters and cheater defenders. You're in nearly every cheater thread defending cheaters. This is this guy. This guy's him and like one or two other people. I think another dude called James something, or James in his name. Either him or him will be in every single cheater thread, and he'll be in there defending cheaters every single time. Ban reason: post contains that is inflammatory and likely to create arguments, rule violation, and non-constructive replies. This type of content is not allowed on the Steam community. They've literally asked me a question and I've given them the reason. If anything is causing argumentation, it's them asking me the question. That's the cause. They asked me question. We are random people viewing it and hearing it, not one of us of your sort. So they're making a statement here that I have to refute isn't true. They're saying something that isn't true, and I have to defend it back with the most likely response. While this ban is active, blah 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 blah. Okay, so this is my response, right? Like, I've been wrongfully banned from the Hunt Showdown community. Let's zoom this in, shall we? I've been wrongfully banned from the Hunt Showdown community because I'm being harassed by a forum user who is in nearly every thread about cheaters defending cheaters. When they comes into my thread, there's a bit of a typo there. When they come into my thread ganging up on me with other forum members to tell me lies about my video content. This is in regards to player having no footsteps. They gang up on me telling me they can hear footsteps when I know it isn't true. I've tested on multiple headsets, speakers, TVs, and mobile devices. I've had multiple real-world people check my footage, and they all agree that footsteps cannot be heard. Here is one such example for you to judge. This person tries to tell me that my friends and family are just lying to me to boost my ego and just telling me there are no footsteps. This is dumb and ridiculous, and I told him that it was dumb to say that. The only reason why they would gang up on me and lie about my videos is because they must be cheaters and cheater defenders. I've not said anything offensive to anyone. It is a statement of fact, and that's true. Those people are cheaters and cheater defenders. Why else would they lie about content I make in regards to cheaters? I'm entitled to my opinion and the statement of truth on this matter. Thank you for your time. Have a good day. It's true. Like, you can't say that it's likely to cause an argument. It's the truth. If the truth is going to be causing causing an argument and you're going to censor the truth because it's going to cause a problem, then there's a serious problem with the Steam forums and Steam moderation if the truth isn't allowed to be spoken. It means they're actively defending cheaters. You know what I'm saying? If they have to censor the truth, it means what I'm saying is true and therefore has to be removed or censored or blocked from the forums because they support not truth. They support the lies. They support the cheating. This is the last post I made. How can you explain the facts then? It still happened exactly as I described. This is the last post that I've made and I've been banned. There are no posts after this. And then bang, get this new post here. He's quoting what I've just said. How can you explain the facts? Then he makes this massive long post. He knows I'm banned. He knows I can't defend myself, right? And this is the dude who's basically I was in discussion with. This is his opportunity here now to make a long list of paragraphs, making up excuses, outright lies, and just completely controlling the entire narrative of the forums without me being able to defend myself. So now he's going to say, look, a fact, a thing that is known or proved to be true. And now I can't say it is a fact. I can't, okay, look, I'll bang it, I'll post proof. But he knows that I can't defend myself. So now he's got free reign to basically go, I can say whatever I want and I can pretend I'm the authority, I'm correct and I'm right and I'm true in everything I say and I can't defend myself. And Steam support has allowed this to happen. They tied my hands around, they sat me down in a chair and they tied my hands around my back and then they basically got this guy, right, you can say whatever you want now. We're not going to let this guy get in your way to control the narrative of this forum thread because we can't let people think cheaters can alt-tab you to desktop. So now we're going to tie Captain Blue to a chair and then we're going to force him to watch all these lies and bullshit being spoken about it in his thread. That isn't true. I'm not going to bother reading it. You can pause it. I can screen. You can pause it to read if you want. I can't stomach to read it because it'll just piss me off, right? So I'm not going to read it because I can't respond to it. So I'm not going to listen to it. Okay, this is Steam's first response. He goes, "Hello, thank you for contacting Steam support. Please be advised we are unable to open external links. We're sorry to hear you're facing this situation. Please use the report player feature to report inappropriate behavior or users on Steam. To do so, please follow the steps below." How does this help me about the ban? So here's my response. But what about the ban? They asked me the question. I've got that wrong. Somebody did ask me that question at one point in the thread previously, and I must have got the example wrong. So I thought they were asking me a question. So I've got this a little bit wrong here, which is unfortunate. Essentially, they asked me a question. They said something that was a lie, basically. They asked me the question, why so many people on the forum say they can hear footsteps? I was asked that question, but it was obviously it's a different example. They knew I would say cheaters because they are cheaters. I know that. I know there are no footsteps, so I know they are lying. The only reasons they would lie is because they are cheaters or evil trolls. They are mass reporting me if I say anything slightly offensive or could be perceived as offensive. And once again, Steam moderation either shows they don't check the context of reports or are actively defending cheaters and trolls and harassment, basically. One such person in the forum by the name of Locktard J, who is in that same forum, has an entire YouTube channel who makes videos about me calling me a liar and a fraud. Every day he has a new video about me attacking my character. YouTube also seems to be actively defending cheaters and trolls because they don't care that this person is harassing me. So again, YouTube isn't concerned about somebody who is basically defending cheaters who is harassing me, isn't doing anything about their channel, just as these cheaters in the forum are ganging up and harassing me and Steam support is doing nothing about them except allowing them to do it. These people are ganging up on me and they are mash up on me for any reason, and Steam support never checks the context or the people handing out the bans are on their side against me. The fact that you would skirt over the complaint of the wrongful ban and shift the reply to not being able to read external links and that I should report these people will suggest that you also would appear to be siding with the cheaters and the trolls, as you didn't even mention anything about the ban. And it's true, it's like they're not actually responding to my claim directly. They're just telling me to go report people who I believe who are harassing me. What's that gonna do, man? Like seriously, like if I report these people for harassing me, they look like, to the casual observer, they're just regular forum users without my first-hand experience that Locktard J has a fucking YouTube channel harassing me and that, the other dude is constantly in cheater threads, constantly defending cheaters, without all of the information and the data to show my side of it. Steam support's never going to do anything about it, and they're not going to go through all my evidence and information. They're just going to go, not going to report them. To them, as far as Steam support is concerned, they just look like every other forum user and nothing seems out of place. It just looks like the consensus against me, but it's not really the consensus against me. There's an agenda against a few people who seem to be from cheater discords groups and whatnot that are ganging up and harassing me. Right, and then we've got the next reply here. This account was temporarily banned from the community hub due to a violation of our global rules and guidelines. I confirm that the ban was applied correctly. Please ensure you are following the Steam discussion rules rules, blah 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 blah. How was it applied correctly? How was it applied correctly? Are you saying the rules and guidelines are tying my hands behind my back, and when I get harassed and bullied by suspected cheaters who lie about my content and then ask me why everyone else can hear footsteps, I'm not allowed to say because they're cheaters and cheat offenders, or I'll get banned by Steam moderators? What else can I say when people ask why people are telling lies about my content? Defend myself based on the knowledge I know is true and get banned? Could you please tell me how I can answer the question that tells me the truth of the situation without getting banned? Or are you saying I'm not allowed to defend myself from people ganging up on me? So when people lie about my content, and the only reason why they would be lying about my content is because they're cheaters, and I can't call it as such because if I do, I'm breaking forum guidelines. Why are the guidelines tying the hands around my back and basically allowing people to bully and harass me freely without any repercussion at all? And if I report them, it just looks like they're the consensus. They just look like everybody else. So Steam support is just going to side with them. And then we have the next response here. Thank you for getting back to us. I understand your frustration. Removing content is not something we enjoy doing. It's a difficult trade-off that we have to make in order to keep Steam appropriate for all our users. I'm sorry that the content had to be removed. As I mentioned, your feedback about this does matter to us and will be included as we calibrate going forward. The content will not be restored, so I'm making this ticket closed. If you have a different issue, please open the ticket. What are you talking about? What are you talking about content being removed? No one's talking about content being removed. I'm talking about me being wrongfully banned. You haven't addressed anything that I've said. You've basically ignored what I've said, and then you've closed the thread so that I can't re-clarify. Dude, you're not responding to me what I'm asking about. So they're not allowing me to respond because they know I'm right. They know I'm correct. They know they can't answer me directly, because if they answer me directly, they have to admit, yeah, we're banning you, because either they don't like the thread, it's making people aware of cheats they don't want people to be aware of, or they're basically sided with the cheaters like via proxy, or they are just fully in with the cheaters and they are defending the cheaters. The fact that they are basically ignoring what I'm saying and trying to skirt around the issue every single time proves they have an agenda to uphold bans that have been wrongfully placed on me and wrongfully used guidelines without any kind of human thinking or real context being applied to it. They just say, nope, no, you're causing an argument, bang, you're out of there, you're causing an argument. You've really got to explain why you think it's causing an argument. In the context of the situation, they're all ganging up on me, lying about my content, and then I'm basically just clarifying that they are lying about their content with the only logical possibility of what they are, the motive of why they're doing it, because they're cheating. Oh, you called them a cheater, bam, causing arguments. Bam, you're banned. You're not allowed to call people cheaters. It's against TOS, but they are cheaters. Doesn't matter. You know, it's like we live in a society now where you can't call stupid people stupid. Oh, you're offending people. It's offensive. Why? Because you called them stupid. But they are stupid. But it doesn't matter. It's offensive. But stupid is a description of what they are. If somebody does something that's stupid, it's because they lack the intelligence to do things correctly or properly. You've done something stupid. You're stupid. That's a description of what you are and what you've done. Stupid people get called stupid. Oh, it's offensive. You can't call stupid people stupid, but they are stupid. What are we doing? Why are we living in the twilight zone? They are stupid. You're telling them what they are. You're stupid. That's a stupid thing you have done. Oh, no, it's offensive. You're hurting their feelings. They are stupid. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not helping them by protecting them from the description of what they are. We have a language for a reason.
You bleeding, brother?
I know. So I basically run down here. You will hear footsteps behind. Right, you'll see. I had to get out of there fast. And look at all these dead dudes.
Oh, right.
Right, so I hear footsteps. I think you hear some footsteps to my right that are inside, but you also hear footsteps behind me. Let's play it back again.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Right, so dark side, there's somebody there now. You see that? No footsteps, man. No footsteps. Right, let's play it again.
Yeah.
And you can still faintly hear the other people's footsteps that are running to my right behind me. You can just faintly hear a bit of pitter-patter over the gunshots. So you can't say it's the gunshots covering the footsteps. You can still hear the people who are inside, very faintly, their footsteps. So this person who's directly in front of me, you should hear their footsteps a lot clearer. Let's play it again.
Yeah.
Now, I just want to slow this down. I want you to notice something here. Right, so here, when they start running, see how they're moving? They almost got like no animations, like their animations break. I don't think you even see their legs moving. So like they're stuck in a pose and they're just like skating away, like skating away. It's like they're not even moving their legs or animated correctly. Right, let's just watch this again in full speed. You see that? No footsteps, man. No footsteps. And I'm pretty sure that's probably speed hacks as well, because they're moving real fast. You see that? It's like they're. It's almost like Let's watch this again. Right. They get up. It's like they toggle their no footstep thing. They run with no animations. At the last second before they go behind it, their animations come back and they seem to run normal. You see that? And then it's like as soon as I see them again there, all of it. Oh no, they've got animations there. But it seemed for a second for there that they sort of went like static animation, and then their animations come back again. So it's like they're breaking their animations when they go to like no footsteps. But let's check the speed of this shit. So when they run from that there, you see that? And I run there. Look, I mean, it's quite fast how they're moving. I mean, I'd argue that they're using potentially like a 3%, 4% movement speed buff or something like that. They're moving just a little bit faster. They seem quite. It seems quite a bit of acceleration, like compared to like normal movement speed. It looks like they go. It moves like they accelerate quite a bit. Right, got another example. I mean, I got loads of examples. I got loads of examples of this shit. Right, okay. So we've got this one example here. In full ham on the no footsteps. So, right, watch this. Rolling lamps, flame rounds. Watch this now, watch it. You can hear his footsteps, plain as day, his footsteps are there. Right, you can hear his footsteps, like I'm saying, you can hear his footsteps over the fucking, over the point, over this, you can hear his footsteps even over it going red on the point. So it's not like, oh, you can't hear the footsteps over the clue. You know, you can hear his footsteps. Bang him again. Right. And then he's just like, look at this. Look at this, sliding around, no footsteps, mate. Literally just sliding. I made a mistake here of not playing that footage over before playing like the Michael Jackson Smooth Criminal from the Mega Drive game, the Moonwalker, over the top. But you can still see clearly there. There's no footsteps there. There's nothing there. He's just sliding like around. Look at him. Sliding, no footsteps, sliding around. Like literally right in front of your face, man. You can't even... Right? So it's sliding around there. I want to slow this down. Mute it. Right, so he comes around here, right? What I want to do is I want to see when I hit him, because I'm wondering. So I hit him. As soon as I hit him, see, I'm trying to see if I can potentially. Right, and then there, and you can see he's just sliding across the ground here. There's no animations. Bam. Yes, clap. But it doesn't always. It's not always footsteps with broken animations. Sometimes there's other times that there's no footsteps. So we've got here no footsteps, speed hacking. The cheater Illuminati is real.
Then it stopped.
So I've seen like all down here. I know there's nobody there. And all of a sudden, that dude steps out there.
You see him, yeah? And ping him.
Yeah, nice footsteps, man. Where are your footsteps at, bro? That guy just like stepped out there. No sound that he was there. No indication he was ever there.
Then it stopped. stick things like this. You see him, yeah?
The guy's just crash walking across there, like making no noise, man. Like you'd hear that. But that's not the most incriminating part.
I'm ping him.
Yeah, nice footsteps, man. Where are your footsteps at, bro?
Is that you playing?
It is. Fast forward a little bit.
Oh yes. Hit him once.
So he's been shot by my mate. He's running. So you want to watch. You want to keep your eyes around here because he runs out here, and Meathead chases him, and he literally sprints all the way across here and then across down here. Not a single footstep, and he moves really quick. Ping.
Yeah, he's in the building. You're not seeing him. He's still in the white building. You're not able to angle it. Because I've got a little dirty spot here. I'm gonna grab a bounty.
Is he on the right side of the building or the left side?
Right, is it still inside the building? I'm just shooting him from. Yeah, I just had a little angle on the right, innit? Through the door, but you'll never get the angle.
You see that? Look at him. See that? Like the only reason why I was even aware that he was there because the Meathead was. The only reason why I was aware of it is because I saw the Meathead get aggro, right? Otherwise, he would have gone right past me like a bullet, and I probably would never have picked up on it because the Meathead gave him away.
I'm gonna grab a bounty.
I saw.
On the left side. Right, is it still inside the building? I'm just shooting him from. Yeah, I just had a little angle on the right, innit?
Right.
Through the door, but you'll never get the angle. It's gone red. Someone's moving in.
Right, let's do it again. Slow it down. You see, not a single footstep there. Not a single footstep. And the dude's moving super quick, mate. Super quick. So I think it's here. So yeah, I think the Meathead's about to aggro. I see the Meathead aggro. And look there, he's running there. He's there. He's right there. He's just in the corner of my things there, legging it. Right across the screen. Super fast, running. Not a single footstep. I tried to take a shot on him, but I can't fucking get the shot because he's moving so fast. Let's just do it again.
I'm gonna grab a bounty.
Is he on the right side of the building or the left side?
Right, is it still inside the building? I'm just shooting him from. Yeah, I just had a little angle on the right, innit? Through the door, but you'll never get the angle. It's gone red. Someone's moving in.
Look at that, dude just ran, no footsteps, bro. I saw you running with
Yeah,
no
we've got
footsteps,
two
bro. And people tried to make, oh, but you can't hear the footsteps on the grass. Yeah, you can. You can hear the Meathead's footsteps. You know what I'm saying? This guy's running across, and people are gonna go, oh, it's your headset. Your headset's faulty, mate. Your headset's broken. Yeah, I've got some kind of weird fault with my headset that only cancels out the frequency of certain players' footsteps. Even though my footsteps are the same frequency range, somehow my footsteps can be heard clearly and anybody else's footsteps, but specific people, my headset just seems to cancel those footsteps out. No, there's no such thing, mate. Like, and if something was removing a frequency out of the frequency range, there'd be evidence of audio anomalies. There isn't. There's no such thing. It's just cheaters talking nonsense. Right. So this is another good example of no footsteps. You can't hear anybody. You can't hear anything. We'll leave this as the last as the last one. I think. I mean, I've got loads of these no footstep examples. Never mind. You can't hear anybody. You can't hear anything. And boom, there's a player moving around out here. Not a single footstep. No footsteps that they've moved inside or anything. I don't know where they are. Let's go down, but let's go back. Don't know why the video seems really choppy there for some reason. Well, yeah, we're watching. No footsteps can be heard. And you see them that they're in motion. They're walking across that grass, and they're not making a single footstep sound. So like, no footsteps exist. No footstep cheats exist. And I'm going to show you an example from another game. Right, okay, so this is a very bad scavs video, compilation of
Someone-
cheaters, and this is in Escape from Tarkov, and this streamer basically enabled his no footstep cheats, realized that he enabled them, then basically ended the stream immediately. But like, what? Let's just watch what happens.
YouTube chat mentioned that he speed hacked as well.
So no footsteps and speed hacking.
So he presses something. You can hear it literally. You can hear da 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 da
So he's pressed something on his keyboard. He's double tapped a key on his keyboard.
da, right? He doesn't make footsteps anymore. He doesn't make footstep sounds, and he got the speed hack. And he
Doesn't make footstep sounds, and he has speed hacks as well.
all of a sudden stopped streaming.
And then he stopped streaming right there. He's realized he's just fucked up, activated the wrong cheats, exposed that he's a cheater, ended the stream. Right? Okay, so that's no footsteps in Escape from Tarkov, and I'm going to show a couple of examples from Escape from Tarkov. Okay. Okay, first example here. It's been a while. This is not the example I was expecting or thinking actually, but we'll check this one. Mate, that guy's got no footsteps, mate. he's got no footsteps whatsoever, mate. Play some EFT footage. I hear some shots. I know there's somebody close. So already I'm thinking like maybe the guy's got wall hacks or something, right? Because he's just fucking throwing grenades around me. Yeah, you might have heard my sound, but you know, I'm not making that much noise, and he had no real knowledge I was there. And the guy just swings around the corner, no footsteps in it, man. I needed to hear them footsteps to be able to like react to it properly, innit? And yeah, no footsteps. That's a couple of examples there from EFT of like no footsteps. I once blatant. I know people saying, "Oh, but you were hit by a grenade and the ringing noise stopped you from hearing the footsteps." Like I was on the tail end of it, I still would have heard some footsteps, man. Here's an example of a landmark here.
Oh, fuck me, bro.
What are you looking at, landmark? What are you looking at, bro? Right. So this is obviously proof that landmark cheats. But what the point is here is that you can hear all the footsteps clearly over the ringing tone. You can hear all the footsteps, and just watch landmark. What are you looking at, bro? How are you knowing where to move, mate? How do you know where you're going, man?
What the fuck?
Right, okay, so yeah, landmark's a cheater, but the point of this example is that you can hear footsteps clear as day over the ringing tone. So that guy had no footsteps when he swung around that corner, he had no footsteps. So people tell me in the Hunt Showdown community, you can't do no footsteps because no footsteps is server-sided, is validated by the server whether or not footsteps can be heard. So, oftentimes cheaters give clues to potentially how their cheats work in it. So I'm just thinking like, well, if it is true, I'm guessing EFT must have a similar system, right? The footsteps must be server-based, server-sided as well. Surely in EFT and in all games, footsteps should be server-sided. You'd think. So I'm assuming that it's going to be somewhat similar between the games. Now, if it is server-sided, and that means the server can only know if footsteps are being activated or not. How are footsteps activated? When a player model is running across the ground. So what if you had a cheat that either broke the animation so the legs don't move? If the legs aren't moving, if the character's legs don't move, then it won't trigger footsteps because footsteps are triggered by walking. And if you're not walking and you're just gliding across the top of the surface, then you're not going to be triggering a server activation and a footstep activation to the server, right? I don't think it's motion that triggers it. It's the animation that triggers the footsteps. Another alternative, when you do see animations and you do see no footsteps, is it possible that you can raise the player model just a little bit off the ground? Like, does the animation have to be in contact with the actual ground or within a certain set frame of the ground in order for it to register a footstep? So it needs to be animated and it needs to be making contact with the floor. If these two things are true, it creates a footstep sound. If either of these things break, it doesn't create a footstep sound, and then the server doesn't activate it. The motion part isn't relevant. So you could either potentially raise the character model slightly off the ground so that it never makes contact with the ground, so it doesn't trigger a footstep, or you break the animations so the animations don't move, and therefore it doesn't trigger a footstep sound. So that's way that you can essentially get no footsteps, even if the cheat is server-sided as they all claim that it is. And if it is, that's fine. And to be honest, somebody like me would never know that it's server-sided or really know the details of that kind of thing. But all the people that seem to defend cheaters, they all seem to know that it's server-sided. And if you use the cheat and you know how the cheat works, then you probably know that it's server-sided, right? So again, it's like cheaters tend to often or not, they kind of give clues that you can essentially reverse engineer potentially how their shit works because they give too much information away. Okay, so let's just go into the actual thread itself. I'll scroll through all of the pages. I mean, you can pause and read any of this stuff to your heart's content. It's just here for evidence sake. There will be a few things that I want to point out. So, you've already got people like Captain Morgan jumping in saying, he's totally paranoid about cheaters. Look at his threads in the past. So it's not normal for people to just go looking through your threads, and it's just it's a little bit weird. And again, attacking my character. So straight away, I've got people in here attacking my character, which should already be somebody causing an argument. When you start attacking somebody's character, you're causing an argument if there isn't any good grounds for it. We also think people use teleport hacks to beam behind him and kill him. Players who stand close 5 meters away from him. No. I've got evidence of people teleporting, or at least no footstep speed hacks. I can never determine which it actually is. And here we go. Geordie enters into the debate. Nobody has given any arguments. People have provided reasons, none of which align with the facts, so they are not valid. Well, I'm not even going to bother reading your entire response because, like you are, nothing but a troll at this point. So he comes in to basically just call me a troll. Doesn't address my my actual argument. If you look on the previous page here, I clearly address everybody here, saying, look, it's not a question of belief; it's a question of facts. There is no evidence of network issues. There's also no known network issues that would cause a game to go to desktop. If it was a game bug that caused the game to go to desktop, then one, that in itself is almost unheard of. Two, it has only happened twice in 1,000 hours. Three, happened twice in the same space of a single week, within the space of a single week. Four, only happened at a critical moment that caused me to lose the game. Five, happened to two people moments apart. So you're arguing for statistical improbability, which I think is completely irrational way of thinking. So this is basically it in a nutshell, right? People say, oh, you just say that people are just not valid. There's 5 clear reasons why it's not valid. Because your reason, your excuse that you're coming up with doesn't take these 5 points into account that discredits your reasons that you're coming up with. And then he just comes in straight away, doesn't address any of the points that I've previously stated or what I'm saying here, and just says, oh, you're just a troll. So he's already causing an argument. He's not actually coming into this discussion with in good faith. He is here to call me a troll and character assassinate me. But here's a fact for you. If someone actually found some exploit through the game to even be able to force your PC to desktop, then Windows Firewall would be going ballistic, blocking the 200 different things, which if it wasn't that would mean someone must have hacked your PC to a point they installed a backdoor on it, which to be burnt is not feasible. Now, do all of us fail to stop wasting everyone's time? But it doesn't argue against the facts of what actually happened. The statistical facts of what actually happened says, no, this is clearly not the case because you're not addressing the facts of it. You're just saying it can't happen. Well, the facts say otherwise. So he's not here entering into good faith, into this discussion in good faith. He's here just to call me a troll and say it's not possible, but he doesn't actually address my argument or the facts or anything. Then Locked Hard J is here. There's already an expression explaining that. Thief believes everyone steals, or in regards to Joe Blue, the anti-hero, cheater believes everyone cheats. So he's calling me a cheater that thinks everybody cheats. So he's just in here also character assassinating me. Again, this person is causing arguments, and did Steam support check the context of the thread to see that people were ganging up on me? I already named this guy. He almost certainly put a report in. And so as you can see here, basically Locked Hard J called me a cheater, which is exactly what I've been banned for doing, calling people a cheater. So it's okay for Locked Hard J to call me a cheater, and he isn't banned for saying it, even though I named him specifically to Steam support that he's a person who has got a whole channel about me and is harassing me, but never went to actually check any of the context of any of the posts of what that person's saying. So again, it just shows you that Steam support just doesn't check the context. If a cheater or a bunch of trolls report you for anything you say, Steam support is just going to uphold the ban. But I think is deeper than that. I think they're just actually on the side of the cheaters. You can disagree with that, but all of the evidence, the way that they keep continually ignoring what I say, that would suggest that they have an agenda against me. They're not actually listening to what I'm saying, and they don't care to listen to what I have to say. They're upholding the ban, irregardless of whatever I say. That suggests that there's an agenda against me. It's not just they're not doing their job properly. There is an actual willful agenda against me. We are not making assumptions about you. Fact of the matter is that you cannot accept reality for what it is and demand that we must trust your delusions of how good you are. No, I'm asking you to look at the video of the facts that I've presented, not my beliefs, the facts as they are presented, and what the logical outcomes of those facts are. It is also that mindset that is actually holding you back from improving your own gameplay. No, it's not the cheaters, it's just because you're bad, it's a skill issue. You think that only cheaters can kill you. Nope, I don't think that at all. And because of that, you think everyone is cheating, which is a delusional mindset. No, you're just assuming these things. This is all assumption. It starts off with, we're not making assumptions, proceeds to make nothing but assumptions. So it's like he's trying to put it in your mind, oh no, we don't make assumptions about you. Then we do nothing but make assumptions about you. No facts here. There's nothing to prove this. He uses words like fact, but there's no evidence. There's no actual proof. He's not actually arguing against any of the facts that I've presented. In regards to the last bit you wrote, making assumptions of how you want the situation to be, and backing each other up for validity, which is what they are all doing. He's quoting me there, which is what they're doing. They're all making assumptions of how you want the situation to be and backing each other up for validity. That is you falling into invincible ignorance fallacy. No, it's stating the actual facts, because nobody is debating against the facts that are presented in the video. They're just making assumptions or just attacking my character and then all ganging up on me and saying those things are true without any actual factual evidence to support them. No, it's not invincible ignorance fallacy. You're just making things up and assuming things and making it sound like you know what you're talking about. But it's a paper tiger. There's nothing there. It's a hollow egg. There's nothing inside. There's no substance on the surface. Yeah, it looks like a Christmas tree, but it's just a picture of a Christmas tree. You walk up to it and it's like there's nothing behind it. There's no real Christmas tree there. There's no real substance. It's just window dressing to make things look like that they have validity to them, but they have nothing. Because you think you're the judge of what is valid and what is not. I'm just stating the facts as they are. You know, I'm using my ability to think logically and state logical facts and present the facts as they are presented, and making judgments based on probability. So yeah, I mean, why not? Are you giving me a reason why I'm not able to do that? Because you think that you're the judge of what is valid and what is not. Can you prove that I'm not? Can you prove that I'm not the judge of what is valid? I'm not saying that I am saying what is the judge of what is valid, but can you prove that I'm not able to judge what is valid and what isn't valid? Can you prove it? You can't just say oh, like people judge things all the time. People have the ability to discern and judge things. It's a human ability we all have. And you have to prove that I don't have the ability to judge what is valid and what is not. You've got to prove it. You can't just state that, oh, he thinks you have the, you think, because you think you are the judge of what's valid and what is not. Everybody is the judge of everything. Everyone can judge everything. Some people are just better at judgment than others. Some people have good judgment. Some people have bad judgment. I would say I have pretty good judgment. But you, if you don't think that's true, you have to prove that wrong. Even when multiple different people with no correlation with each other, they have to keep putting that in there. Even when different people with no correlation with each other whatsoever, basically we're all in the same cheated Discord server together. The fact that he has to tag it and label it of we don't know each other. We're random people who all just happen to think the same. No, they're all in the same groups together. They're all in it together. Even when multiple different people with no correlation to each other are saying basically the same thing, demand it's a conspiracy against you. Well, if people are arguing against the facts and those people can't be reasoned with what the facts present, then there's clearly another motive that is making them go against them. Like, cheaters go against me. They can't prove me wrong because the cheaters know that I'm right. So they can't prove me wrong. So they can't do anything but state I'm wrong. And cheaters will all do the same thing. So if everybody thinks the same way and they can't be reasoned with when presented with the facts, then they must have some other motive, some reason that aligns them opposite to me. And they have to attack me because I'm standing against what they fundamentally represent. who are going to group against you. Cheaters are fundamentally going to conspire against people who go against cheaters. You've got to understand that these cheater Discord servers, some of them have thousands of people in them. Thousands of people who are essentially plotting and conniving against legitimate players to cheat and to continue to cheat and to get away with cheating. That is a conspiracy. Every cheater Discord is a conspiracy against every legitimate player. So when you hear people saying, oh, he's just talking conspiracy, it is a conspiracy. It is a conspiracy. The cheaters are conspiring against the legitimate players, and they are networked within groups together, and they help each other stay undetected and share cheats and give tips and advice on how to cheat better and get away with cheating against the legitimate players. It is a conspiracy. So this is clearly the language of a cheater. They have to make conscious decision to mention that they're not related to each other in any way, because they are. Basically saying the same thing and demand it's a conspiracy against you. It is a conspiracy against me. It is a conspiracy against me, because you're not arguing against the facts. You can't argue against what I'm saying and prove that it's false. You can't disprove what I'm saying is true. You are dishonest, again attacking my character with everything you are doing, and your new video about Jack Frags plus your very own January highlights are proving it. According to you, I mean, you can't. You're just stating that it's been proven, but there's no evidence here. Anyway, carrying on. So here's me just saying, look, don't listen to this guy, he's a serial stalker. I blocked him from my channel for trolling, who now has set up another channel where he makes up lies about me and accuses me of logical fallacies he makes. I've proven multiple times he has no valid criticism of my channel. He makes mocking impressions of me that do not use the same level of critical thought or eye for detail. He then debunks this fake version of what I do as legit criticism of my arguments. This is the definition of a strawman argument. As his impression of me is misrepresentation of what I do, which he then attacks and claims he's beaten my argument, while at the same time never addresses my actual arguments. For example, I claim somebody might have wall hacks in Fortnite because they looked through a wall where a player was on the other side. They had no reason to look there, as the only way players can get to this player is down the corridor. When he plays my video questioning why this player is looking through the wall, he says because he's covering the angle. What angle? Nobody can come from the right side, only from down the corridor where they are not looking. Locktar thinks that looking into a wall where a player is covering the angle. Then he'll take clips of my gameplay looking around the open world. I look in all directions, and he makes claims I'm either looking that way because players are there, or looking there because I'm pretending to look there, make it seem I don't know where the player is. Because a player shows up later into my view while I'm looking at the entrance to a building, that's wall hacks, because I'm looking at the main entrance where it's likely a player will be seen coming and going, and surprise, a player turns up. Then he claims what he is doing is the same as what I'm doing. So I've proven this guy's a troll who is harassing and bullying me, but you two won't do anything about this channel. So don't listen to anything this guy says. He lies all the time. He will then go and make an hour-long video about this comment I just made, claiming all kinds of logical fallacies that he has proven in his own videos. He doesn't understand them even when he reads them out to his audience. And then he goes, Joe facepalm. Just because you say it doesn't mean it is true, right? But are you going to attempt to disprove what I'm saying if it's not true? Because you must know that it's not true, right? To claim that what I'm saying, if you're saying that, right? Everyone in Steam forums can literally see that you are claiming everyone who disagrees with you are cheaters. No, people who do not recognize or have a reason that addresses the facts that is presented in the video. Simply because you cannot handle being wrong and you demand they must trust you now. I'm not saying anybody has to trust me. He keeps adding this. Oh, people have to trust me. No, trust the facts as they are shown. Those are the facts. I'm not asking anyone to trust me. It is hilarious how basically no one is trusting a word you're saying, yet still desperately tries controlling who they should believe and not, rather than actually give evidence to your weird claims. I posted a video with the evidence, with the facts, and everyone's attempt to bring up reasons do not align with the facts of the video. What you're doing is called appeal to ignorance fallacy. No, it isn't. Which also is known as trust me, bruh. No, it's not. I'm not saying anybody should trust me. That is not how evidence or prove someone wrong works. You're not proving someone wrong. You say that people cannot trust me because I use logical fallacies, while in your own comment you're doing the exact thing. No, I'm not doing any logical fallacies. You're doing that. Do you address any of my actual argumentation? No, you're attacking my character as ad hominem attack. And in your own comment, you're doing the exact thing you're whining about I'm doing. No, I'm not. You're just doing it. I'm telling you you're doing it, and you're calling that whining. That is called a double standard fallacy. No, it isn't. You're doing a double standard fallacy. Basically, he applies logical fallacies to me, and I say, no, you're doing that to me, and then he calls that whining, but it's not whining when he does it, when he's doing it first. So, double standard fallacy. Side note, it is hilarious how you're calling people watching your YouTube channel a serial stalker. You are a serial stalker. You've got a whole YouTube channel making videos about me every single day. That's fucking some stalker ass shit. When the entire point of making videos on YouTube is getting this guy's just making stupid justifications for being a stalker because he knows it. Carry on. Here we go. Again, you don't know how to apply logical fallacies. I said the facts as I know them and gave an example of what you think valid criticism of my content is. I never said trust me, bruh, or that people have to believe me. I'm just stating the facts. People can choose to believe me or not, but I already have a video about you on my channel showing how dumb your attempts are to mock what I do under the guise of valid criticism. People can find it for themselves. All the proof that I speak the truth is on mine and yours channel, and the videos I still haven't finished editing yet. I didn't need people here to believe me. I know it's true, and you know it's true, and the proof of it is there. Anyone who claims otherwise clearly has an agenda against me and can't be reasoned with, just like yourself, who has been making up lies about me for months on end now. No, you're just proving again that you can't apply logical fallacies correctly. Appeal to ignorance fallacy. It asserts that a proposition is true because it has not yet been proven false, or a proposition is false because it has not yet been proven true. Me stating the facts of a situation as I know them to be is not and cannot be an appeal to ignorance fallacy. If it was, almost everything people state would be an appeal to ignorance fallacy. I didn't state what I said is true because nobody can prove it wrong. I just stated it as a matter of fact. I wasn't making an appeal to anyone. Once again, you're proving you missed the small details and attach fallacies to me incorrectly. He goes, and here we go. You base the credibility with people that already know you and would defend you, regardless. We are random people viewing it and hearing it, not one of your salty mates who will boost your ego. And directly speaking, we will be people you've shown it to because it's public videos. So again, they're claiming that they're just random people and they're not associated with each other. And this is the comment that would result in my ban. Keep desperately lying to yourself. You guys are wasting your time playing this pantomime show. I don't know what you expect to get out of telling lies that I know and you know are lies. So how do you explain the facts as they are? How can you explain the facts then? It still happened exactly as I described. So clearly, clearly the actual comment that I've said to this and into this one here has been deleted. So for some reason it had to be deleted. The post was so offensive it had to be deleted from the actual forum thread itself. How can you consider it a fact when you don't even know how things work? Your fact can also be nothing but coincidence. Yeah, but you're arguing for statistical improbability. That's a fact. It's unlikely that it's going to happen to two people moments apart at a critical moment. Like all of these things have statistical probability attached to them. Right, so I'm having a bug that's never happened but once before, a week earlier, also at a critical moment, and then a week later it's happened again, also at a critical moment, but also happened to a friend or my cousin moments before it happened to me, also at a critical moment. This is called unlikely to be coincidence. Everything happens for a reason. There's no such thing as random. Everything happens for a reason. If things didn't happen for a reason, you wouldn't be able to do science because nothing would make any sense. There'd be no cause and effect. We live in a cause and effect reality, and therefore everything happens for a reason. So if things that happen so well aligned, the likelihood would be that there was an intelligence making it happen in one way or another. So coincidence is a statistical improbability, and that is a fact. That is a fact. So he wants to appeal to coincidence and appeal to statistical improbability, and that is not factual. Coincidence isn't a fact. Statistical probabilities are facts. You don't know the source of what's forcing you to desktop. Correct, I don't. You don't know it's a fact that cheaters are doing it. Just a possibility. Yes, correct. That is true. Yes, but it's a possibility that is probably correct based on the circumstances. So I'm going to present it as such because I argue, as I've always said, on the side of statistical probability. I could be wrong, but I'm arguing that I'm in the high degree percentage chance of being correct based on the facts of which these people never address, right? And then they start saying this. So this stuff here is being said after I've been banned, basically. So I'm not going to read this because I've not actually read it myself. So yeah, they're all in here controlling the narrative, and I'm just going to post this stuff. So this has just happened recently. So yeah, that's just a bit there just to give the context of the entire thread that I was banned in. Obviously the original post that got me banned isn't here anymore, but you can see it in the I've already shown it in the Steam support report. So now I just want to take a look at this guy. So this guy, Geordiebroon 58. This guy, I've constantly or frequently had arguments or debates with this guy in the Hunt Showdown community forums, and whenever there's a cheater thread, he is almost always there defending cheaters. Now, I believe this guy to be either a Crytek employee who essentially haunts the forums and essentially acts to try and stop people from realizing how bad the cheating problem is by constantly defending cheaters, or he's part of the cheater community himself and he's in like a Discord server with cheaters because he is a cheater, and he's basically taking it upon himself with maybe a few other members to basically be the watchdog for the cheaters in a particular forum. Like if you're in a cheater Discord group it's like a moderator on your Twitch channel. Like they've got a cheater community and he's been designated maybe with a couple of other people. You are our spokespeople, our cheater representative for our cheater Discord group. You'll be assigned to the Hunt Showdown community forum. You're going to help spread disinformation, misinformation, and protect cheaters from cheater accusations and attempt to make people who oppose cheaters bad, and to use every fallacious tactic, every deceptive tactic, and use as much and try and maneuver people into saying things that can be offensive, gaslighting people so that they'll say things that are offensive so that we can then report them to Steam support en masse and get people we don't like banned for opposing cheaters. I believe this person is either a part of a cheater Discord group or is a Crytek employee. The reason why I think that he has some kind of more power than that is because Steam support are also enabling these guys. Not just, they're not looking into the context or they're just being inadequate. They are actively choosing to ignore the things that I say because they know I'm right. They are holding up the ban even though they know they're wrong in doing it, which means there's collusion going on. There's collusion going on with this guy, the cheaters, and Steam support. There is clear and obvious collusion happening, because otherwise they'll just uplift the ban. They'll check the context and go, yeah, you are right, we'll uplift the ban. But they're not doing that. They're keeping the ban maintained for whatever reason. Whether there's a separate reason because they just don't like my thread and they just want a reason to ban me and they think it's good enough. But even if that is the case, it's still working. You know, it's like the George Carlin thing. You don't need a formal conspiracy if interests align.
The energy policies that were created here in California, not as a result of a conspiracy, but because...
You don't need a formal conspiracy.
Right.
When interests converge. These people went to the same universities and fraternities. They're on the same boards of directors. They're in the same country clubs. They have like interests. They don't need to call a meeting. They know what's good for them, and they're getting it. And there used to be 7 oil companies. There are now 3. It will soon be 2. The things that matter in this country have been reduced in choice. There are 2 political parties. There are a handful of insurance companies. There are about 6 or 7 information things. But if you want a bagel, there are 23 flavors because you have the illusion. You have the illusion of choice.
Right.
You don't get the real important choice. There's no freedom of choice.
That's a great point.
And speaking of...
Right. So there, as he says, you don't need a formal conspiracy when interests converge or when interests align. Like, so if Steam support's interests to silence me are aligned with the cheaters who want to silence me because it's bad for them, and they don't want people to know that this cheat exists, or I'm just causing, a ruckus and they just want it to stop. Their interests are aligned. You don't need a formal conspiracy because their interests converge. So it can look like there's a conspiracy, but at the end of the day, there could be cheaters that work in Steam support that are helping their cheater, their cheater comrade in arms. It's entirely possible, just like we see in the entertainment industry with all of these woke agendas happening, right? There's an agenda there. There are people that have infiltrated different levels of the entertainment industry and are pushing an agenda. And the cheaters who cheat, they get jobs in these game companies. They get jobs at Steam, Valve. They get these jobs. They can maneuver themselves. They can take over sections of industries. You think it sounds ridiculous and stupid, but this is reality. And this just goes to show you that Steam support is clearly on the side of the cheaters when it comes down to it. When it comes to brass tacks, they would rather silence people like me for whatever reason than actually deal with actual harassment and bullying and people who are actually cheaters. And how else can you explain the fact that they will just straight up ignore and not even answer my questions like a reasonable human being and give me good, solid, real reasons that I can't argue with? No, they just make statements and say it's true. They can't back it up. They can't explain it. They can't refute what I'm saying, just like the people in my comment section can't, because they know what I speak is the truth and they can't argue with the truth. And that's it for today anyway, guys. Thank you. GG's. Laters.
They're coming for you. Look, there comes one of them now.